Hello techies, welcome to IT Tech Solution. Today in this learning series of PySpark, we will see some of the important commands to display the contents of a data frame. So there are various options that we can use as per our scenario. So let's see them one by one. So first of all, I'll just create the Spark session here. Once the Spark session is created, I will create a sample data frame, and that data frame will contain the column as A, B, and C, and the values I have assigned here. So I have just added three rows in this. So let's just create this data frame. And then we will see different options using this data frame. So now the data frame is created. The columns here are big int, double, string, date and timestamp. Okay, so we have five columns in this. Let's just display. This is the basic display and that we can use in Spark, where we just ask the Spark engine to show us the first record. And if we give a number here, it will show that many number of rows here. Like for example, I am just doing df.show1, so it will show the first row of my data frame, and it will not show the entire rows. So here we can see only the first row where it is the values are displayed here. If I just change it to show 2, it will show me the first top two records, and we will see we have two records here. Okay, so it is showing two records. If I don't specify anything here, if I just say df.show, it will try to fetch all of the records and it will try to show me in this display. So I have these three records in this. It is showing me everything. So this is the first and the basic way to display the records. The next one is, sometimes what happens is any value is very long, so it gets truncated here. If you want to see everything, or if you want to see this entire display in vertical format, we can use this vertical as true, and then we can display this entire set of records vertically. So let's just try that. Show 1 and vertical equals to true, so it is showing me first record, and then the columns are coming as vertically. Okay, if I just do show 2 and then vertical equals to true, it will show the first two records, but it will display them vertically. So this way, many times we need the data to be displayed vertically, we can use this vertical equals to true command. Next one is, if we want to just extract the column names right from this df, uh, we just want to extract the column names and see what it is. So it gives us in a list format, and it says that these are the column names. So many times we need to extract only the column names from the data frame, and we can use them as a simple Python list. The next one is, if we want to get the summary of the data frame, we can select the rows. Even if we don't select the rows, we can select the columns, and we can do a describe and then dot show. It says that, see, the summary for A, B, and C, because I am selecting these three columns, and it is telling me the count of these three columns one by one, the mean of this, standard deviation, mean, and max. Okay, so all these things we can get when we do a describe of this columns or the data frame. Second thing is to one is we saw as df.show, right? Another one I was telling about is df.collect, but we should be very careful when we are working on a big cluster and we are working with GBs of data, right? We don't want to collect everything to the driver program or to the driver. Otherwise, it will fail with out of memory. So I have added this note here. So it collects the distributed data to driver. Okay, and but this may fail the program with out of memory, because it tries to bring the data from all the distributed cluster to the main driver system. Okay, and then it fails with out of memory error. So we should not use directly df.collect until unless it is very necessary. We should filter out all the unnecessary data, and then only the required data should be collected. So if I do a collect, you can see I'm getting all the three rows as a tuple, and with a data type of a row. Okay, so this is about collect. Similar to show, we have also take. Instead of doing df.collect, we should do df.take, and we can then specify the number of rows that we want to collect. Okay, so better we use df.take and then a number. So it is something similar to df.show, but here the data will be getting collected to the driver program. So df.take1, if I just say df.take2, I will be able to collect two rows to the driver. So here it will give me two rows. Okay, these are the two rows. The next one is tail.to. Again, if we don't want to get the top one record or top two records, we can do df.tail. It will give me the bottom two records, or bottom one record if we mention df.tail1. So here I'm getting the bottom two records that we can see, like 2 and 4, right? A equals to 2 and A equals to 4. These are the two bottom records. So df.tail is something if we want to check the completeness of data out of a big data frame, we can check first two records and last two records and validate if everything is looking fine and the data is complete or not. Next one, it takes the column instance that returns another data frame again. So here, if we just run this, if we see that I'm just doing df.c and then I'm doing a show here, right? So it is just picking up the column C. Column C contains these string, the value as string 1, string 2, and string 3. So I'm getting only the contents of column C. Now the data frame that is created, it has only one single column. So this way we can filter all the other unwanted columns as well, and we can have only a single column. And since now these columns can be used to select the columns from the data frame. Okay. This is one thing. Another thing is assigning the new column instance. We can very well add any new columns as well. It's not that the data frame has only four columns or three columns. It will still have three columns only. We can anytime add any new column and we can have some values in it. Like for example, here what I'm doing is I'm just adding one column called as upper underscore C. And what I'm doing is whatever column values is present in column C, I'm just making it as uppercase and adding it as a new column. So for that we use withColumn. Okay, so here I'll just run this. So df.withColumn, and then I'm specifying the column name, and value should be upper. Upper is nothing but a function which will make the contents of df.c to uppercase. So string 1, string 2, string 3 will get converted to uppercase, and it will be saved into the data frame with a new column name called as upper underscore c. So here you can see this the sixth column is getting added here as upper underscore c, and the values in it is uppercase. So this way we can use with column and add any number of columns that we want. Now to select the number of rows, use the filter function. Okay, so if I want to filter out any particular row based on some condition, I can add that with the filter function. So df.filter, and I'm saying that column name equals to 1. Only select that particular row which has the value of a equals to 1. So this way we can select only the columns which has value a. So it is just selecting one row in it. Okay, now another way to do this is, let me just clear this out, and I will just import a function called as from PySpark.sql import function as f, and I can just mention the column name itself instead of df.a. So either way is correct, we'll get the still the same result. If I just run this filter f.column a equals to 1, and then let's show that record, so still I'll get the same result. So these are the few of the display options that we normally use day to day in any of the Spark programming projects. So I hope this will be useful if we keep it handy and use it wherever it is required. I hope this was useful for you. If it was useful, please subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss any future informative video that I'll be posting. Until then, have a nice day. Bye bye.